Hello and welcome back. Ew, that was kind of gross. Hello and welcome back to my podcast called So the Tea Is. I'm your host, David Jared, and I'm so excited to get into this episode. It is episode 4? Today we are going to be talking about a question that I'm asked a lot and a question that I cannot wait to talk about. That is YouTube dead? Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I guess YouTube isn't dead. If you're watching this on Spotify or listening to this on Spotify, you probably think YouTube is dead, and it kind of is. I don't know. I feel like quarantine and TikTok killed YouTube, in a sense. Okay, and I feel like a lot of the OG YouTubers got canceled and turned out to be, how do you want to say, just not the best people. And yeah, just not the best people. And I feel like the only people that, of like OG YouTube, quote unquote, that are like still around and thriving are like Tana Mojo, Trisha Paytas. Honestly, like, I don't know who else. Oh, like Emma Chamberlain, like, duh. But even her, like, she doesn't really make YouTube videos. I mean, Tana doesn't really either. But it's like, it's so crazy. Like, no one really makes YouTube videos anymore, except for like Mr. Beast, and then he gets like 200 million views a video. And then I'm like, okay, YouTube isn't dead. It's not actually dead. But like, we will never get back like the OG YouTube. Like the 2013, like Bethany Moda, Cameron Dallas, like that whole, can we just unpack that era for a second? Like, MagCon was so iconic, and we don't talk about it enough. Just like the music that came out of that, like Cameron Dallas made some really good songs. Do you guys remember the show Chasing Cameron? That was so funny. It was just like so crazy. Like they were the OG influencers. Like girls would go crazy for them. Like they were literally like Justin Bieber or One Direction. And at the time, like they were like on a similar like level, I guess. Like in the social media world for sure. Like they were the social media like One Direction. For sure. And it's so crazy because like just like the people that are in that, it's so crazy. Anytime I see like Selena Gomez post Aaron Carpenter like on her Instagram story, because she's best friends with, or I guess him too, but like his wife, and it's just so crazy. Like we were literally in MagCon, and like Shawn Mendes was in MagCon, and like look at Shawn Mendes, look like Grammy nominated or winning, like it's so crazy. Anyway, why did I literally start going on a tangent about MagCon? Like, what was the point of that? Oh, and then we got to like a peak like James Charles, Jeffree Star, like the beauty YouTube, and then like vlogs like Jake Paul, David Dobrik, Logan Paul, Tana, like every like the Gabby show, Gabby Hanna, like literally Trisha, like everyone, Shane Dawson, like the docu-series, those used to be so iconic, like at the time. Like those were like everyone was seated. And then this brought the whole clout era, like that, you guys know what I'm talking about, like with the clout goggles and just like designer Louis V everything, like the colorful like Louis Vuitton, the Lil Hayes. Whoa, can we just talk about the fact those birds outside? Hello. But can we talk about Lil Tay for a second? Okay. I don't even know where to start. And anything that I'm gonna say is not to, I don't wanna like invalidate or like make a meme out of her story, because her story is very sad. But I do think it is so crazy how she was like 10 and being like, I'm the youngest flexer or whatever. And then obviously she went away because like her dad was like super abusive and terrible. And then now she's back, and not as a rapper, as a Dua Lipa pop star. Like that is just so crazy. I'm so happy for her, honestly, that she's like doing pop music and like dancing and hitting a little like 1-2 step and like the green, and like I don't know, like she's like, it's like I hope she's happy and I hope she's doing well. And that's just so crazy. The whole like child star parent of it all is so boo, tomato, tomato, throwing tomatoes. I haven't said that in literally forever, and I feel like no one says that anymore, and that's like gross and outdated. But anywho, like that was like Bad Baby, like even like the Musical.ly stars, like they were all on YouTube. Like that was the YouTube time, and I think like the peak of YouTube was like 2017, 2018, 2019 even, and like beginning of 2020, whatever. And in that time, everyone, and I mean everyone, on social media was making music. Every single Musical.ly star ever was making music. Every TikToker now makes music. Every YouTuber made music. Like if you were in the social media world, a label, your management, or you or your fans wanted you to do music. And I mean, they used to do this too with like acting. Like they would have like social media and YouTubers like in roles, and I think they realized that sometimes it doesn't always work, but then sometimes like people would actually like take it there and are literally so good and talented. And a similar thing happened with music, but everyone was making music. Not only was everyone making music, but a lot of people like Tana Mojo, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, became rappers. Hence, it's Everyday Bro with a Disney Channel flow. 5 million YouTube in 6 months, never done before. Anyway, what else? Oh, like Hefner. So, like, everyone was making these rap songs. And now, I was not on YouTube when this happened, this whole peak YouTube. Like, I really got on YouTube, like, the tail end of peak YouTube. Like, and I mean posting on YouTube. I was an avid YouTube vlog watcher. And I still am. I love YouTube. But, like, OG YouTube, that was my thing. So, I was 19 turning 20. And yeah, I was 19 turning 20. And I was like, I'm about to be 20. This is the end of my teenage years. And I was like, it'd be so funny. And I talked about this on the first podcast episode. And then I was like, okay, I'm just never going to talk about it again because it's so embarrassing. But I thought I would bring it back because I can't leave you guys on that cliffhanger. I said that I was going to be a rapper. Look at me, a rapper. I think if anything, I'm more the Addison Rae pop star. I got it bad, to die for. I need to talk about Addison Rae after this because I'm so utterly obsessed with her. But like, she's queen. She's everything. She's the pop princess. Anyway, I wanted to do a rap song just like Jake Paul and Tana Mojo. And the fact that they were my inspiration to do that, or to do a quote-unquote career move, is just crazy. I recorded a rap song. Me. I recorded it. I wrote it myself. And honestly, it wasn't bad. But it was very like 2017, like YouTuber makes a rap song. And I was gonna do it, and I was gonna do a music video, and I was gonna have people in costumes. And then I was like, this is just the worst idea ever. I'm not doing it. It's never seeing the light of day ever. And it would have been just so funny for the bit. But it's like, if I were to ever do anything in the music industry, work for the music industry, make music, or like do anything, it's just, or literally just anything in life, like it is so embarrassing. I think it's like the pinnacle of like when Dixie D'Amelio was like gonna go to University of Alabama, and she was like, I don't want to go. Like, it's not the main reason why I shouldn't go, but she was like if I were at parties, like people would play my music. Like, this would just haunt me for the rest of my life. And it's just so embarrassing. And it's not like I was gonna make like millions of dollars off of it and get streams and like, or like be like a YouTuber, and it like boosts my like YouTube career. My social blade is like green, and it's like trending, and it's like not 2017 anymore, and it was just not it. And I'm so, honestly, one of the best decisions I've ever made for my career, life, and just in general. it was honestly so fun to make, but like it just, keep that in the drafts. Keep that in the drafts. There's definitely a lot of other things that people ask me to keep in the drafts, or like TikToks that I make that are cringy and people don't like when I TikTok dance. That's a whole nother podcast episode. But that was one thing that I was glad that I kept in the drafts. Anyway, is YouTube dead? Like, no, but like it is. Like, no one really watches YouTube anymore, and it's so frustrating and so annoying because I love it so much. And I honestly, not that I'm never gonna stop it, because I'm sure one day I will, but right now I love it so much. And I love podcasting on here, and I love doing vlogs and videos, and it's just like, TikTok is great and all, and I do love TikTok so much. I love scrolling on TikTok, love posting on TikTok. Love all that, don't get me wrong. But with like vlogging and just showing your life and just fun things and like things with friends and like podcasting and just long form content in general, like no one does it like YouTube. And like you can't do that on TikTok. You can't do that on Instagram. You can't do that on any other social media but YouTube. And I love it so much. And I just hope it's not. I mean, it's not dying. Like, people get like, no one is cracking like 1 million views really, unless you're literally Mr. Beast or like BTS or Blackpink or like, you know, Taylor Swift. I don't know. Like making like music videos. But it's just like, I don't know. I miss like the old YouTube community. I miss when everyone like watched the same videos. But also it's like TikTok has definitely taken the world by storm. But yeah, I still love YouTube, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like everyone kind of still loves YouTube, but I definitely miss the old YouTube days. But also like we've progressed, and like we can move past like the Visco Girl days and the Beauty Guru and the docu, like we've progressed and moved past that as a society. But let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I think that this episode was so funny, and we just went back memory lane on YouTube trivia and YouTube galore, and talked about MagCon, and talked about so much. I would love to do a whole episode about like cancel culture, because there are so many people that just got canceled, or just talk about cancel culture in general. Actually, it's such a funny side note and such a funny way to end this podcast. The first podcast episode I ever made had nothing to do with this podcast, way before even this podcast was even a thought. It was like 2019 or 2020. Maybe it was 2020. For my English class, we did a podcast episode. No, maybe, I think it was 2019 actually. Podcast episode. It was me and one of my friends, and we actually talked about cancel culture. And I would love to find that. I wonder if it's anywhere. But that was when I was like, oh wait, I kind of like podcasting. Like, this could kind of be fun. And here we are on episode 4. I love you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast YouTube, and subscribe on Spotify. Give it a review. Follow the podcast Instagram, STORYTIME Podcast, TikTok, STORYTIME Podcast. Follow all my social media, and I will see you guys next Tuesday with another podcast episode. Bye. I love you. Stay hot.